Dear members of the class of 2020, I want to address you specifically and respectfully because this semester is not gone as anyone planned. My affection for you is strong, and I wish we could gather in the classroom as we are wont to do. We have been at war with COVID-19 for a few weeks, but it has not felt like much of a war. It's been more like hide and go seek without the laughter. Yesterday, I learned that the daughter of one of my high school classmates caught the virus. She works as a nurse at Brookwood Hospital in Birmingham. She will likely be all right, but for me, this war against a microbe is now real. Other than the constant threat of nuclear holocaust, I was born in the wrong year to participate in America's major wars. I was pushing 40 on 9/11 when I felt the primal fear of a deadly enemy determined to kill me and others. Now we're battling a virus. The main method of our warfare is to avoid any contact with the enemy, an odd strategy in war or sports. The second method of our warfare is to quarantine those who have the virus, that is, to isolate sick people who long for gentle human touch. The third method of our warfare is to experiment with all sorts of drugs in order to find curative pills, shots, and potions. The fourth method is to develop a vaccine, perhaps from the blood plasma of virus survivors, so that this respiratory infection becomes much harder to catch. The fifth method is to increase our medical capacity to treat epidemics. Because the human immune system is brilliantly resourceful, time is our primary ally in the war against COVID-19. But it is your time and mine, and it comes at a high cost. I cannot tell you how much this grieves me. Spring semester after spring break usually flies by. The weather gets warm, the jackets come off, there's a flurry of athletic events as well as a play and other things. Then we are passing out awards and preparing for graduation. We must accept our challenge forced upon us by COVID-19, to live in isolation for a while, to be burdened by bad news daily, and to suffer cancellation of events we anticipated with great hope. We do this for the purpose of saving human lives. Together we can better the grim odds in this strange game of roulette involving our own close friends and relatives. And instead of giving you a prolonged holiday, we, your teachers, are now converting you into reluctant homeschoolers. Perhaps your house now seems smaller than ever. During this lockdown, you might feel as if you're in prison. When you get that feeling, remember Solzhenitsyn's Ivan Denisovich. You are not in prison. This is not the Soviet gulag. If we were in prison, the smart convicts would ask the not so bright convicts, are you going to do the time, or are you going to let the time do you? In the Shawshank Redemption, this thought was paraphrased as, get busy living or get busy dying. This is the time for self-reliance with a little help from your friends. This is the time when you show everyone that you are ready to function as a competent and motivated adult. Your challenge is to finish the spring semester of 2020 under trying circumstances and perhaps even learn something. Of course, you might be asking a very basic question. With all this death in the air, why bother with economics and history and English? C.S. Lewis answers, since it is likely that children will meet cruel enemies, let them at least have heard of brave knights and heroic courage. Whenever adults badmouth today's young people, I tell them about you, your struggles, and your achievements. Civilization depends on millions of daily acts affirming human dignity. I see you do them, and I'm honored to be part of your lives. Fight the good fight. We are in uncharted waters, but be not afraid.